We meet people who are just like us most of the time.
Trying to navigate like who we are and what we want to achieve.
You have to discover who you are in order to move you forward.
And good news, you're allowed to love yourself because you're the judge and the jury.
And it's your story, my story. It really is just the story. It's the story of people, young and old, trying to navigate like who we are and what we want to achieve. And we have goals and we have these opinions and these pressures and all these moving parts. But every single one of us, like it, love it, or leave it, when you strip it all down and you're not around the friends and you're not always even around the community, when sometimes you wake up and you look in the mirror and that person's looking back at you, the real you. A lot of us, we just want to feel like we belong. We just want to fit in. We just want to find the place in this world where we can find our rhythm, where we find purpose. But a lot of times that gets masked over because of insecurities, and that gets masked over because of maybe experiences that you've had to deal with. Maybe mom's not in your picture or dad abandoned your life. Or maybe you lost somebody to cancer. Or maybe COVID snatched somebody away from you a little too fast. Or maybe you've been through an abusive relationship, physically, mentally, emotionally. Or maybe some of you, right, it's just been this place where you never feel like you're accepted, or you just long for that appreciation and that thankfulness from some family member that you never feel like you can get. But we all face stuff. And so today, as I get this moment, and I'm passionate, I feel like on this side of COVID, like I've tried to even hit a different gear. Because one thing that I've realized over the last several years in my life, things that I take for granted can be taken from me. And so now any moment that I get a chance just to kind of lecture or to communicate or to challenge somebody to maybe do what I long for people to do, for me to do, not even you, but for me to even do. And that's to live a life where I wake up and I look in the mirror and I am determined to confront myself. I'm determined to have conflict resolution inside of myself. When I'm open and I'm honest with my behaviors and how I'm operating and what I'm doing with my time and my energy and my focus.
We meet people who are just like us most of the time. And we talk about this in business all the time. If you want to be a billionaire, spend time with billionaires. If you want to be a millionaire, spend time with millionaires. If you want to be a tech startup, spend time with, that's the common rhetoric that we hear all the time. But what if you want to find purpose and master the mind? There's no one better than a monk who's mastered the mind. So for me, the first step is just opening yourself up to new experiences and new role models. Because most of us can't see ourselves in people, so then we try and fit ourselves into the boxes that we do see. And I mean, there's this beautiful quote that I've been saying it everywhere, and I wish I wrote it, but I didn't. So it's by a philosopher and writer named Cooley. And he said that today, I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. Right? And just let that blow your mind for a moment. It's so powerful. I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. So we live in this perception of a perception of ourselves. Hence, my identity is made by what my parents think I should be. My identity is made up by what my college or university thinks I should achieve. While you're living in that bubble and that echo chamber, getting to what you really want to do is impossible, because maybe that just doesn't fit. And I think so many people feel that way today, that they don't fit into the current education system. They don't fit with the 3 or 4 or 5 careers that you're taught exist. So that process of self-excavation and actualization first requires being exposed. You can't be what you can't see. If I never saw a monk, I would never have wanted to be a monk. If I never meet a billionaire, I wouldn't want to be one, because I wouldn't know what that feels like. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it takes. But not everyone is going to go and follow and shadow a billionaire and go, that's exactly the lifestyle I want. They may want the result, but do they want the hard work that goes with it? It's observing, focusing, shadowing, getting as close to the process of that individual, and then going yes or no. Do I want that process? Not do I want the result?
The way to find purpose is you must identify what it is that you have to be purposeful in. Right when you are struggling with what to do, who you are, what's your next move, you are in an identity crisis. You are struggling with just who you are. See, you have not discovered who you are. You have to discover who you are in order to move you forward. If no one ever gave you the directions, let me just say something. When you get up in the morning, you go get in the car or you walk out your door, you have a destination in mind. If you go outside with no destination, what do? You wander around. Once you don't have a destination, you are going to wander around. You cannot get in your car without a destination. What do you drive? So you are in an identity crisis, the same thing I was in. So you have to find your purpose. So let me help you with this. If you are in this situation, the solution is the first thing, you have to do the thing that God gave you. You just have to identify your gift. That's the first thing. Until you do that, you can forget it. You'll never find your purpose, you'll never know your mission, you'll never know the reason. So I think we're in an identity crisis. I think you have to identify who you are and what your real gift is and pursue the gift. The Bible says your gift will make room for you, put you in the presence of great men.
Until you love yourself and really have self-acceptance along with self-awareness, until that happens, you will not have nice days. You will have anxiety, you will have down days, you will struggle. Here's what's so fucked up and amazing about this. You get to decide. Life is gray. Life is beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Literally for everyone who's listening. And I can feel like somebody who's never heard of me right now, listening, crying. I can feel it. That's how intense, this is why I want to stay, based on this momentum. Until you love yourself, nothing will happen. And good news, you're allowed to love yourself because you're the judge and the jury. And you have to get out of blame to love yourself. You blaming your parents for shit is allowing you to have a package, a container to continue to not love yourself. We must become more emotionally accountable. We are capable. You are free to recognize that you're hanging around people that are negative, and you can start limiting that time, and you can go to the person that's most positive in your office and be like, hey Carly, I want to be your friend. Can I take you out for lunch today? You are in control.